For this meditation, I ask that you get in a position that's comfortable for you. Even if you're fidgeting with something, that's okay. I understand that all of our bodies and minds are different. And if you find the best focus and concentration while holding something in your hands or bouncing your leg up and down, that's okay. That doesn't mean you can't meditate. We'll bring ourselves to the breath. We'll take 3 conscious breaths together. As we go through this meditation, I'd love for your imagination to be engaged as much as possible. Don't feel like you have to suppress any thoughts that arise. Allow your mind to take you on offshoots and return back to the main trail as directed by my voice. I will remind you intermittently to take conscious breaths. This will be an exploration of concept. And as I say these words, I want these sounds not to be intellectual ideas, but simply as a series of vibrations which lead you from one place within yourself to another, relating in any way that you can. I may take a moment here and there to cough since this body is sick, but I'll mute myself so you don't have to hear it and you can just abide in that stillness, silence, and breathe. Let's start with peace. Even just saying a word can begin to manifest it. Peace, peace, peace. In fact, there is a peace mantra as it is known in Sanskrit. The mantra is literally Om, peace, peace, peace. The word for peace in Sanskrit is Shanti. So the mantra sounds like this. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. And you can say peace once, twice, thrice, 4 times, 1,000 times. You can add Om wherever feels right, or you can just chant Shanti, 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 or in your own native language, peace, peace, peace. Any state that you want to feel can begin to be made true simply by bringing it to mind. Peace. Peace, peace, relax, calm, serenity, loveliness, bliss, acceptance, home, understanding. Even saying these words can create a beautiful effect, not just psychologically, but somatically, physiologically. You can just feel ripples across your entire nervous system. Peace. Peace, as if it was a program, a directive to deliver to each cell in your body, through each nerve. Never underestimate the value of words. Conscious breathing. Let each breath be associated with that word, feeling that you wish to manifest in yourself. Let each breath be a word for peace. Let each breath be a word for home. Let each breath carry all of those good sentiments. When you hear your own breath, think, peace, I am home. Empower your breath. Be receptive to that power. It can be difficult to feel peaceful when you feel like there's a wound that needs to heal before you can feel peaceful. But allow me to flip your script inside out, that in order to heal, you need to first become peaceful. If you're suffering from anything, just swap your belief from having to wait for it to be better in order to be peaceful, to becoming peaceful in order to become better. If you feel like you've been a victim of life circumstances, that you've been traumatized, that you're wounded, you're hurt, you're in pain, that's okay, because you never have to be any other way to be peaceful. And in fact, peace is what's going to spark healing in all of those dimensions. Similarly, you don't have to wait until you find home in order to be peaceful. Peace is the home which is always available. You've just misplaced the key. It's always there inside us. We have yet to learn how to become accessible to it. The secret is so simple that once you begin to know it, you have to laugh. And maybe that's why our childhood self is always laughing inside us, because it knows there's nothing serious about peace. True peace makes you feel giggly for no reason. True peace is something that gets you to laugh, even when there doesn't appear to be anything to laugh about. You laugh because there's an inner joy, an inner bliss, an inner freedom. And those that can't recognize it, they'll ask you, why are you smiling? Why are you laughing? Why are you so peaceful? And you tell them this. No reason. Because you don't have to have a reason. That's what we can learn from our inner childhood self. Let each breath be a kind of laughter. A very quiet kind of slow laugh. You can just imagine on the inhale, ah, and the exhale, ah. So if you were to speed it up, it would be just a peaceful, silent laughter that is the breath. Imagine a baby that's just giggling because they can find joy in anything. Baby could be laughing because the ceiling looks different. They come into a room, they look at the ceiling, it looks different, and they just go A baby laughs because there doesn't have to be any objective reason to express joy. The expression of joy is your birthright and not dependent on the circumstance. To be fair, if you were always laughing, some people would get offended, especially if they're in pain and they might not know that you're not laughing at their pain, because you're not laughing at anything. You're just expressing joy when there's a space for it. In those times, we can just laugh with our breath, silently, smoothly, deeply. Feel that joy inside and wait until there's an opening to express it. There's lots of people who are hurting in the world right now. That pain is not something to get your spirits down over. If there's ever pain, just know that something can be done about it. And maybe that something is your smile. Maybe it's as simple as that. Maybe it's as simple as a nod, or a hug, or just a kind of understanding of what they're going through. And all of that is a beautiful thing to do. We can empathize with pain and find beauty in listening, in smiling, in nodding, in understanding, in having just another person that needs a hug. Sometimes it propels us into bigger action, and you should trust that you have that ability in you. The universe often protects those who take big risks for the purpose of helping others. You may notice that a person may be in a very, very challenging circumstance, yet if they're a helper, they seem to do so much better themselves in surviving the circumstance. Maybe that's grace. Maybe it just comes from being more conscious, more aware. But whatever it is, never be afraid. You'll help others. And sometimes the help that we can offer is in setting boundaries in space. Sometimes the things that we can help with are not actually through taking on their problems, but in giving them their independence or ensuring their independence. For example, in an abusive relationship, deep breaths. It may seem like setting a boundary is to hurt them because they feel hurt when you do set a boundary. But that pain is not from your boundary. It's from them feeling like they have to cross it. It comes from a situation that they've set themselves up for. You're not actually hurting anyone by setting boundaries. In fact, you may be hurting them by not setting boundaries. By letting someone abuse you or take advantage of you, you're letting there be an abuser in the world. You're allowing someone to take advantage of love. A noble, kind, loving thing to do is to stand up for love, to help there be one less abuser in the world. And you can't do that by taking the hits. They're not going to, by themselves, run out of steam and go, wait a second, I've done something wrong. You have to be the one that steps up and says, no, I cannot take this from you anymore. Not for you, for them. Because their life is not meant to be lived this way either. Your duty is to open up the possibilities for people around you. And you're limiting a person's possibility finding self-acceptance by letting them depend on you for acceptance or for anything that should be generated from within. You create that possibility for them by setting that boundary, that space. And deep breaths. Affirming your own power and others' well-being. But that pain in the world can also sometimes be one that we can't help with directly. Sometimes, truly, there are other things in your life that do take priority, and that's okay. I hear my phone vibrating. I just have to pause its alarm. Let's continue. Wrap up our guided meditation. Part of life is to learn how to manage priorities. That means sometimes there is going to be pain over here and pain over there, and we can only help one. That's okay. Know that the universe divides its helpers in such a way that you don't have to worry about another person's pain not being attended to when you are already attending to some other pain, whether that be in your body and mind or another. As long as you are fulfilling your responsibility of an attendant to pain, that's okay. You don't have to take it all on at once, and that's not your purpose anyway. Your purpose is to do as much as you can without sacrificing your own health. That's enough. And your ability to do so is strengthened by our own inner peace. And remember to bring your mind always to positive thoughts and feelings, to empower all the help that you're capable of. Because only from a place of that peace and prosperity can we begin to manifest the same for the world around us. And we'll end with 3 more conscious breaths. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.